What's going on, guys? The Mike Doctor here, second to none customer. It was a pleasure having you guys back. And yeah, today we're having something special for you guys. Maybe you're new on the channel. Maybe you just got a car and you're searching in the web how to install EG panels or how to install panels in a car, period. Pause. This is your channel. You come to the right channel. Do me a favor right now. Smash that sub, like, and comment, because this is the channel that you guys have been searching for. Today we're doing the quickest video I ever have put together on how to install quarter panels on an EG hatch or in any Honda or any car that you could get quarter panels. I'm gonna show them how I do them the easiest way, the more correct way, the more effective way, and we're gonna try to cover everything on one video. Pause. So without further waiting, smash that sub right now. Let's get to today's program. Alright, so first thing first. To make things more accessible, I have removed everything to spare you guys from the burn and the pain of watching me taking things. First thing you want to do, start removing your bumper. You're going to have the screws here that they come out with a Phillips. They're a pain in the rear to take them out. The right way to take them out with a vice grip. You pinch them, take them out little by little until you get them all off. Then we clean up. Second step, you're going to loosen every single screw that you have here on the quarter panel side cover, both sides. Remove this lip. Once you do that, get some access a little bit to get through there. Remove the tail lights. Once we remove the tail lights, we obviously have removed the door and everything else. Third step will be to remove the side skirts. Those got these plastic OEM clips. Sometimes they come off. If they don't, you simply take a drill, put up the cordless. When you drill into it, it's gonna heat up, and the pressure is gonna make it break off. So you remove the side skirt. With that being said, next step, if you already have quarter panels like we do in this situation, which we do, made for your traditional EG from 92 to 95, you can find these in eBay. You can get them in rockauto.com. They're very affordable. They vary from $75 to $150, depends where you guys buy them. In this case, this is not my car. I'm doing it for a customer, so I took the advantage to show you guys one more time how I do it, a quicker way than the usual. What I done did, I took this side, show you, traced it, everything being removed, and this is what is recommended, the cut off of the hatch. Pause. But we are not. This is the part that's plain to you guys. From this line down, we're gonna probably cut down about 1/2 inch. We're gonna create a bevel, a wall. The way this is gonna get welded and mounted in is gonna be all the overlap. A lot of people, they put it metal to metal. I don't like doing that personal. It's stronger when you overlap them. Overlap is nothing bad. Even factory, they do it with fenders and like front end aluminums, if you guys realize and you check your metals from factory. The reason I do it like that, because it's got more material to grab in the back and a stronger one than you weld it. So I'm gonna show you guys how we cut them. We're gonna do that bubble, show you guys, and then we get to welding and we'll proceed. So with that front welding, let's get to cutting. Alright, this side I've done slightly different. I'll explain myself why. Factory recommended all the way up here. Pause. Right? This side we got an indentation, which if I would have cut it, might still work, or I might have problem with working the metal. Over here we still got a dent that we gotta work out. We'll work one step at a time. So this metal is good here. We're trimming the metal on the quarter panel, the new one, and we're not going as high up on this side so that we don't have to mess with the oil cap, the gas cap metal over here, which is still in good condition. And I could always touch these off, being that I have to work in here. Pause. Once that I cut here, I'm gonna try to off camera at least get these dent out, since we gotta fill it in. So we take care of that and we can move on with the quarter panel repair. But I figured I'd point that out in this situation, and I'll show you the marking where I cut it. Am I cutting out line? So I'm gonna cut it. I don't need that, so we're gonna use that from down up. Let's get to the cutting and then we'll see how we proceed. Let's get. Now we're gonna cut the quarter panel. I'll put my knock on just for safety matter, and we're gonna start cutting it. Let's get. Alright, so I'll clean it up a little bit before I show you guys for reference. When the new quarter panel comes, it has that lip right here. So I trimmed it as last possible. Once these two metal meets, it's gonna have probably like that little gap compared to all the times that I've done it. That little gap when the two metals meet, you just simply epoxy it to the back. You can use silicone or you can use fiberglass, but you always have to seam it to the back so no water comes in through here. Pause. Of course, before we go, we'll clean this up. Make sure we rust is out of here. And we'll spray up a little spray paint in here for rust prevention before we do some welding. So that's some tips on how to do this better for prevention in the future. Yes, this is good. So we're fixing, I'm gonna sand it a little bit once I cut the other side. Cleaning here, primer, and then we should get going to welding the panel. So let's get it. And we're moving on to the other side. You just seen it got damaged. Same way, gotta cut both sides. So we're gonna follow the same procedure. Cut to the line. We'll probably just bring it down a little bit. And from here we'll do the same procedure, just trim it down and cut it up. So let's get it. Same step, we'll start cutting this side. One thing more thing I mentioned, I trimmed the other quarter panel. The same like we did the other side. So we're gonna remeasure. You always want to measure a couple times before you cut. You guys see this is already trimmed. More or less the area I feel comfortable. I need to trim. We're gonna remark it. No need to go 2 inches up and mess up your whole quarter panel if you guys don't need to. The company sold you this extra metal in case you need it. You don't necessarily have to cut all the way that much. But it doesn't say that in instructions for everybody. They're saying you have to cut this much. You don't. So we traced it. We're gonna make this line down so it has the same wall like the other side, the bevel. So when we overlap it, we have to wet it. Alright, a lot stronger. Okay, that will be able to impact. When you just got two metals meeting to each other, just touching, it's not much welding by the time you grind it down. So any hard impact, boom, will crack that welding. When you overlap it, you're welding in between the metals, so it's gonna make both metals super strong. There's no way you're gonna take that out. We simply made a cut a line, and we proceed to cut it. switch sleeves. You should burn. Get it. Got your angles. Ready to cut. And then you gotta clean around. You guys notice I left that thing, so you gotta cut it, clean up, and we'll proceed. The next step, I'll show you guys how we're gonna proceed here to install the quarter panel. So let's get it. All right, once again, same procedure within the side that we cut off, the excessive. We left this, we cleaned it up. We're gonna grind this down. We're gonna prime it before we clean this up, and we install the panels and get to weld them. So I just wanted to mention that if you don't have to. This will rust right back. So you could just give it a quick clean up with the grinder pad, just touch it up slightly and prime it, and this is ready to go. So I just wanted to point that out. All right, boys, so let's move to phase 2. All right, boys, so we're back. Show you guys how I cleaned that up. This is what you look like clean. Normally I remove these because it's rotted, but you guys witnessing it's nice and solid. So I'm gonna keep it so I can use it to weld on the new material. This is all cleaned up. Over here is clean, ready to get weld. I just gotta prep my quarter panels real quick, show you what I'm doing, a little trick. But before we do that, this is all clean. This is all gonna get cut off from the bottom. I'm putting new cheat, but all these whole inside is getting primed before now as a rust pre-treatment. So we're gonna do that off camera, and then we'll proceed to the quarter panel. So I figured I'd show you guys that and tell you about that little detail. So let's get it. This is the other side how it looks. Same as that side. Both sides clean. Inside that we clean. We're gonna ready the prime and start getting these fenders clean. So we'll start welding them up. So let's get it. All right. So show you guys with the undercoating. This is what it should look like once that we undercoat it. I could prime that white. We ended the hatches white, but nobody's gonna see it. So we're gonna leave it white. So it looks like more OEM. That's pretty clean. You guys see? I even undercoat it through the back inside. So we got protection. So it's ready to go. Now we could start proceeding to start welding our quarter panel. So let's get it. All right, boys. So we're back. We're getting to do the quarter panel. Just make sure to drop some love over here. You know.
Yo, Gunners, put heart emojis if you're still in here. I don't see none of your comments. It's stopped right at Trini Auto Build, and then there's a gentleman with a black and white shirt. Johnny, I can't see no comments.
Anyways, so we're back. What we're gonna do, we're gonna pivot these small holes all around the quarter panel. Replacement quarter panel like this. All right? About every inch or every inch and a half, all the way, all around, pause, like that. I'll show you guys what's the plan with this. I'm gonna do this on both quarter panels. I did it into one side, so I don't have to repeat it. As you guys see, it worked out perfect. That's painted, dry. Now we can place our quarter panel over it. Start test fitting. Or something like that. Okay. So on holes, as you guys see, once I get the metal closer, we're gonna weld in between there. Once that we get all that welding, we're gonna weld right in here in between the spot on the outside with the holes first. The reason with the holes, because when we grind that down, both of them weldings from metal to metal is not going anywhere. That's gonna be the strongest that you could ever do. So you wanted to point to you guys that out. We're gonna do that to the other side, but we're gonna start getting to welding. So let's get it. These are the best sanders you could ever find. For like that kind of stuff, filing down metal and stuff like that, you guys see the results. So I'm gonna show you guys how I pivot hold that and sand it, and we're gonna get to welding. So let's get it. And there you guys have it. You clean to the front, you clean to the back because of the holes and the cuts, and at the end you cut this to make it level. Look at how smooth. That's the right preparation for this. Now we can move on and start tacking this, welding it on. So we're getting ready to start welding. One good point that I want to bring to you guys that are getting into the welding stuff. A lot of people ask me questions all the time. I'm going to try to cover everything in this video. If you could get a welder and you have the chance to get a welder from Harbor Freight, maybe you have one already, maybe you're getting one. This goes for a 90 amp and a 125 amp for us. This is the wire, the flex cord that I use for it. 130. When you wear your wire, the flex cord, make sure you match your tips. The same. If you get this 35 or this 35 and this 30, it's going to mess up the whole welding. You're going to have problems all the time stopping. It makes it a lot uglier. So this is going to save your life. On a Harbor Freight machine, it's a budget machine, it's about 150, 160. I have a 125 amp. This is what we're using right here. So, my machine ready. That's just ready to go. Plug my machine. There I go. Sure your ground is pretty good. In case the plier is pretty tight to the quarter panel of the body, so that makes a good ground. I always test it. And we good. So you guys want to start tagging the main corners first. So I'll start from this corner, a few inches down, work my way back, probably down. Either way you could do it. Keep your distance, at least an inch. Let it cool down so the metal don't warp up its back. It always gone a little bit. Before you do your welding, make sure you tacked up the right place. Alright, so we done welded that side. I showed you guys what this side looks like. It's already done and grinded. I'm going to grind that side off camera. Then we're going to start laying fiberglass so you guys see how I lay the fiberglass. Let it dry hopefully. Sand it and prime it. And that should be the whole process on the quarter panel replacement. Then when it's already placed, grind down. A few holes that I have to go over. But everything is nice and tagged in place. I had to tag it certain ways because of the metal was bending the quarter panel, so I had to straighten it up, but otherwise it came out strong. We got it hooked up here, welded there through the factory markings. So over here as well. So this is ready to get live fiberglass on this side. Like I said, that's why I'm gonna sand it off camera now. And then we'll start with this side laying fiberglass. Let it dry, sand it, and prime it. So let's get it. Yeah, boys. Boy size, finally rolled it, grind it. Ready to start laying fiberglass. Like I said, these parts, don't worry about it because this is separate to the video. You guys probably won't even see it. The whole job was showing you how to replace the quarter panels, which is what I'll be going to bigger. Alright boys, so I lay fiberglass on this side. It's drying. Still gotta go a little bit more coat. This is just to fill in everything. I'm gonna go one more coat heavy to cover the gap in here to make sure it's always more good to put in off. That when you send it on, you can send it on even rather than pull more times. Starting to rain. Also, you can might be down for us. Don't have the time for the video. So you guys will have to do this like Right, boys, so you're looking at the final product. Still got a little piece here that I gotta finish. Nothing that's gotta do with the quarter panel. I gotta cut it, weld it. I gotta do that with that dent in the side as well, which this is not gonna get core in the video. This was just for the quarter panel installment, but you guys see the result. Right now, if it was to prime it or hide that, you won't see anything. It would look like one unit. I don't want to prime it because I do not have the white primer with me right now, which in most cases I do gray, and then I do white over. This is in this side. It's done. This is the final result on install no quarter panel installment. Because I still gotta work in there and do that quarter. And another dent here that I'm gonna do off camera, separate from these videos. I do not have this hatch for too long, so that's why I'm gonna cut it short. And I took advantage to do the quarter panel installment with you guys. So with that being said, I hope this video was helpful. Sorry about the length. I'm trying to cover as much as possible. You guys could do this at home, obviously. Very affordable. Save a couple thousand from a body shop. Maybe even do it for a friend and make a couple dollars while you're at it. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment. Peace.